What's good?
What's up?
What it do?
How are you? It's Everyday BM.
Everyday BM coming back with you.
I know we've been gone for a minute.
We have been gone. We come back with a brand new video for y'all. Yeah. Brand new. Oh, and we are going to try to keep this strictly PG. So we're going to try to bleep everything out the best that we can.
We say that, but
we
wanted to be so raw that,
right.
You know, a lot of people like to edit their videos. And
exactly.
we not trying to do that. We trying to give y'all the real deal, how this is how we are. So
Exactly.
I mean, we're not trying to spruce it up, make it look good, take things out. We're gonna say how we
even if we do, you ain't gonna see us do it.
No.
but we had, since like she said, we have not been on in just a little minute. But of course we have to keep some more content coming for you guys. You want to tell them our topic for today?
So today, I guess we're going to be a little bit more serious because, you know, we a hot mess. So we kind of talk about crazy shenanigans. But we're going to really talk about accountability.
Or basically just taking accountability or being accountable for your actions. Basically being the person to be able to admit when you're wrong. And I know me personally, I used to have an issue saying, I'm sorry or I'm wrong. But there are people that, you know, to this day, they don't know. They honestly really don't know when they're wrong, or they can't, you know, say, oh, I'm sorry. So I guess what do you think the main thing for them to understand, or just people in general, if they're watching this video?
People is just, let's just say, I'm one of them. No lie. I'm hard-headed as hell. A lot of people are hard-headed. You know, even when they're wrong, they still try to prove their point to make sure that they're right. They try to find ways around it. And I have done that before, even though I would think about like what they just said and like that does make sense. But no, I'm still going. But you know, like we don't really take accountability for when it, you know, when we're wrong in things. Period. So like, say for instance, like I feel like women is really bad about that. Women, we are really bad about that, and I'm probably gonna like irritate some people. But like, let's say let's say when we go into relationships, we always blame the other person, the other party. We don't never take accountability on possibly how the other person was feeling and maybe why they did what they did, or how the situation turned out. Everybody does things different. Not trying to say that it was okay for, you know, the other party to cheat or to lie or anything like that, but you know, there's reasons why some people do the stuff they do.
Right.
And just like you not feeling that connection, maybe they wasn't feeling that connection and found it in somebody else. That's not the way to do it because that makes things worse. But if you found that they cheated and they tell you why, it's like at the same time, you got to take accountability. Like, dang, like, was I really doing that? Like, that's how you really feel?
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's kind of their fault because they should have communicated that instead of going, you know, the cheating route. You know, they should have never even, you know, did it like that. And us women, you know, I feel like we don't take accountability in what our worth is.
It's not even just women, you know. It's
men too. It's men too, because there's women that are just as grimy and is just as crazy as men are. Don't get me wrong, because I got guy best friends that, you know, did the sweetest on earth, and women just do them so wrong,
right?
And it doesn't make any sense. Like,
it don't.
I'ma say, so, you know, say for instance, you was done, you know, bogus. Like, we're gonna say this, men and women. We always take that person back, even after they did something so wrong to you. And then when you break up with that person or finally decide to leave that person, there ain't nothing but hatred and everything towards that person. Why don't you take accountability that you allowed this person to treat you like that? You know what I'm saying? You did that.
But, you know, there's so many people playing the victim.
Yeah. They playing the victim, and you can't keep playing the victim like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I've been in situations like that, and but I've been in situations like that. You know what I'm saying? And I can sit here and admit and say that, you know, I never did wrong in my past relationship. I mean, there's probably stuff that irritated him, but I never like cheated or nothing like that.
Right.
But I still kept taking him back when he was doing wrong. So I need to take accountability myself that I felt like that's the way that I deserved to get treated. I thought it was okay for a man to, you know, treat me wrong or, you know, do stuff to me and, you know, etc. When women or men, even if you're going through it, we have to take accountability is that that's what we allowed though. Right. Because to be honest, when the person did it the first time, we should never even take that person back.
Exactly.
Because if you keep taking them back, then they're just gonna know, oh, well, you know what? They gonna take that. They gonna take this. Like, you know, this is how I'm gonna treat them, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Sorry, apologizing. We all fall for the okadoke, and it'll never work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody's not in it themselves. A lot of people can say that this has happened to them. It has happened to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been several times that I've taken it back and didn't know my worth and, you know, had low self-esteem, didn't think, you know, I need to, you know, didn't think that I deserved anybody else but that one person.
But it's okay. It's okay to kind of feel like that because as humans, we're only human. You know what I mean? Like, we can only do so much. We can only think so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I can't say that I have been in a relationship to where, you know, somebody has wronged me. You know what I mean? Like, of course, like, there's been wrong things in my past relationships, but I kind of feel like that I played a part of being the person that just could not admit, okay, hey, I was wrong about this. I was wrong about that. I'm sorry. It probably starts early on in the relationship, but people just fail to realize it. People just don't notice it. But that's why I'm kind of taking a different approach. Now I'm trying to be the person, if I have said something to offend or said something or did something to do somebody wrong, not even in a relationship, just like, you know, in family or friends, if I've done something, okay, I'm sorry. Like, you know, let's just go back, you know, let me try to correct that. But now people don't want to take accountability for the things that they have done, just because, like, sometimes some people's pride can be so high that they feel like sorry hurts them or it diminishes their, you know what I mean? I don't know if diminishes their reputation is like a good way of putting it, but people feel like they have to put up a front, you know, for people, you know, and not just for people, like really in actuality, like themselves. It's something within them that hurts them to say, I'm sorry. But I really used to be that person. But that's why I can kind of speak on it a little bit, just because, like, it's not gonna happen overnight, but you really have to, like, if you know, whatever religious background you have to talk to or pray to whoever you pray to, you know what I mean? And if you don't pray, hey, that's fine. Talk to yourself, meditate, do some exercises or something like that, and just try to figure out what the problem is, because I feel like as a person, as people, we have to understand that we can't just say everything we want to say to people and not have a reaction. For every action, there's a reaction. So kind of catching that early on can kind of prevent you from having like a long time, you know, of like hurt, pain, or even kind of like some regret, because I have said some things that I now regret, you know, as I look back on it. But it's not like a death sentence, y'all. Like, it's two simple words. I'm sorry. It's not hard.
Why you have to say it so slow?
Because I don't know. I'm sorry. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's not hard, G.
It does, you know, it does suck. And that's what I'm going to say, these generations that are, you know, starting to develop, they don't understand that there's a lot of, you know, this was done to me, or I act this way because of this and all this other stuff. Like, get out of here with it. Like,
you have to take accountability for your actions now.
It doesn't.
You know, it don't matter what our mama did, what our daddy did back in the day.
You're grown now.
You're grown.
You're grown.
And for the youth that's coming into your own, just look around you, observe everything. that you're seeing. Observe everything that people are doing around you.
And I feel like this: if the person that you're hanging around, the person that you with, is not uplifting and you gotten into the right path or anything else, then what you even messing with them for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That could be friends, that could be family, that could be anything. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, the more you start to realize. There's some people that realize, younger in the game, but there's other people that it takes some time.
Right.
And y'all just gotta start realizing that it's to the point to where we getting too old.
Right.
Like, we getting too old for people not to take accountability for their actions, or to think that everything you do is okay, or you don't want to deal with the consequences when it happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You take accountability for what you did,
yeah.
and take that L.
And I have taken a few L's, but at the same time, right now, are there some things that I have done just recently that I may be regretting? I can't say that. Just because it's a new walk. It's a new walk in life that you have to kind of like, you have to walk your own walk. Nobody can walk it for you. But with that being said, you're still learning yourself every single day, y'all. Like, don't put too much pressure. Don't put too much stress on yourself. Like, stress can literally kill you.
And depress you.
And depress you. Like, depression is real. But at the same time, what we're trying to get a point across is that you can prevent a lot of things. You can go on life doing the same exact thing that you're doing. You can look at this video, listen to us talk, and then not take anything from it at all. That's perfectly fine, because you do have your own opinion. Or you can be the person in your family to start a change. You can be that person to be like, okay, if I have done wrong to you, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. You know what I mean? But also, with that said, just know that don't allow people to do the same thing to you. Take accountability. You know what I mean? Because you are the person that's allowing yourself to go through that. You can stop that. You can stop anything.
Anything you put your mind to, you can stop.
Yeah.
There's nobody that's going to stop it for you.
Yeah.
You're your own worst enemy.
Exactly. And you can do whatever you want to do. In this day, as we're approaching 2020, I guess social media is really
the biggest thing on earth right now.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. We not old, so we still look very, very lavish.
We're in our 20s, but
we in our late 20s. Late 20s, late 20s.
Hold on. Not late 20s.
We're not. We're gonna be hitting 29 next year.
Oh my God.
But yes, we get old, man.
But she's just saying that just to say, like, we have been through things. We are still going through things to this day. But it's the way that you act and react towards it.
Lessons learned. You take accountability. When something happens, take accountability for that. Get your ass up. I meant to not cuss because we said we was going to do that.
We said we was going to keep it. Yeah.
Get up and do what you got to do. Be that adult, or be that person, and not learn from your mistake. Take accountability for what you did or how this situation played down, and don't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with people nowadays. They want to blame it on everybody else and say taking accountability for what they did.
Right.
You did that though.
Right.
You did it too. So why are you not taking accountability for that? You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are the only person that could do what you want to do.
Or like sometimes you can't do it all. Like, you can't do everything by yourself. So if you just take accountability into the fact, like, hey, like, I know I can do anything that I want to do, but at some point in time, certain things that I can't probably do by myself, that's fine. That's fine. Like, we're all gonna get to a point in time where we need each other. I need my best friend. My best friend needs me. You know what I'm saying? But like, we understand that. We understand that, you know what I mean, the difference between, I guess, us and we feel like other people is that we can actually talk. And if there is a point in time where we have offended each other, it's okay. Like, okay, I'm sorry, best friend. It's okay. Like, let's just move on. But, not everybody has that mentality. Not everybody thinks the same exact way. But you can actually avoid a lot of conflict. That's conflict resolution. you can avoid a lot of conflict just by owning up, taking ownership of what you're doing. Because we're our, like she said, we're our own worst enemies.
Can nobody do anything but you. And I just really wanted to like talk about this topic because like, you know, like everybody is not out alone. Like, you know, I have a hard time taking accountability for some of the things I have done and I have learned, but the difference is like I might not take accountability, but I learned from it and I never repeated it. You know, like might not have said sorry or any of that, but I learned and never repeated it.
Well, at least you learned. Though.
That's what I'm saying. As long as you learn, it's okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you learn and don't repeat yourself, it's okay.
That pattern is a beast, because we are sometimes slave to the flesh. We have to please us. We are so eager to please ourselves, and sometimes it can get to the point where we want to please ourselves so much that we go out and start pleasing other people. Just because, you know, you're so used to being pleased, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard sometimes. Like, you have to always remember to stay true to yourself so you can stay true to other people. And that's why I chose to, I know it's a good topic, too. This is a very good topic that you chose. Because people need to hear this, for real. Like, people need to understand that this is real. You know what I mean? Like, I've chosen to not play a victim anymore. I'll just give you a backstory. I am a victim, well, not a victim, I'm a survivor of sexual abuse. And this is very emotional for me. It's just because a long time I beat myself up about this, you know, just because I felt like maybe there's something that I done wrong, maybe there's something I could have done to avoid, you know, everything that happened. But as I got older, as I understood, what was done was going to be done. You know, only thing you can do is take that and learn from it and grow from it. But I'm not going to say that I used to say like, oh, I wish this hadn't happened to me, because what happened to me and the same thing happened to somebody else. Somebody else didn't survive from that. Somebody else maybe took their own life, you know, from it. But luckily, I guess the person that I am, I survived from it. You know what I mean? But I kept going. But I took accountability that there was nothing wrong with me. There was nothing that I could have done, nothing I could have done to avoid the situation. Like, because at the end of the day, it didn't break me. It only made me into a stronger person. Period.
I mean, yeah, my story, you know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I think every person that's like kind of been through it, like if you would know me, some people probably would never think that I thought this way about myself. But like, you know, I used to think that, you know, I wasn't nothing. That I was ugly, that, you know, I wasn't worth, you know, the things. Like, I went through, you know, kind of verbal abuse, you know, like I really believed the things that was being told to me sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's been told so much to you.
And it was, you know, told so much that, like, I really honestly believed that, you know, like, nobody wanted me, or, you know, that I was ugly, and that just hurtful, you know, things that were said about me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to really, like, sit there, like, you know, after I left, you know, the situation, or after I decided that, you know, like, I couldn't take things no more, you know what I'm saying, that I had to take accountability that, you know, I allowed this to happen to me. I allowed them words to, you know,
sink into your soul,
into me and overpower me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to take accountability to say, like, what you mean? Like, I'm bad. Like, I'm bomb. Like, I'm popping. Like, ain't nothing you could say to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, women or men, do not let, you know, people tear you down so much with words that you think that you're not worth nothing. But also, you cannot just blame it on the person or whatever the situation was, that it was all their fault, because you got to take accountability in that you let your own self believe them type of words. Believe
Words.
that type of hatred. That's what the type of person you are. That you're not worthy. You're not strong. You're not beautiful. You're not pretty or any of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to take accountability that you let yourself feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to take accountability and was just like, dang, like, I can't believe I even let that type of stuff,
that
you know,
just let, I even
sink,
let that
that
sink
I
into
even
my
let
soul
that happen
like that.
to me.
Right.
Like, how would I let them type of words or any of that type of stuff even happen to me, period? Like, you know, that type of stuff I had to, like, literally, like, look at myself in the mirror and look like, dang, like, no, you strong. You're a black, beautiful woman. You could do anything you put yourself, your mind to. Like, a lot of people, you would think that you would see me and probably would have thought I would have never thought that way about myself. And yeah, it was a long time ago, but you know,
I couldn't even believe that you was thinking that about yourself. What the hell? Like,
and the craziest thing is, like, this is like probably a shock to him. I don't really talk about, you know, some of the stuff that used to be on my mind a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
but I wanted this topic, so I was gonna open up more about it. And I know there's a lot of people that feel that way, but just know that it's not easy. It is hard.
Hard as hell.
But you have to take accountability for your actions and what you allow yourself, and to tell yourself
How
that
to feel.
You're not gonna allow this anymore. You're gonna take that accountability and wash it away, and you're gonna take a whole new step. Lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? Don't repeat that. Don't repeat that hurt or that pain or whatever was happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got to take accountability that you did allow this. You allowed that to happen. Not saying it's your fault at all, but you know, you got to still take a step back and be like, dang, you know, I kind of did like allow this to keep happening to me, or allow people to keep hurting me and stuff like that. You the only person that could change it. You got to take accountability and change it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people that's in the streets, you know, you get caught up, you go to jail. Take accountability.
Right.
You did that. Don't take the easy way out. You know what I'm saying? You did that. Right. Take your consequences and take whatever you did. Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Do what you got to do.
Learned.
And then when you out or whatever the case may be, change your life. You know what I'm saying? Take accountability for your actions. It's always saying, like, take accountability. Even though there's going to be so much hatred in the world, so many people's going to come at you, so many people's going to say stuff about you.
It's not over. The fight is only just beginning.
Right. And it's just going to keep happening. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if it happened to you once, take that L. Just know that you could do way better. Make yourself feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like I said, there was a time in my life that I felt like, you know, I wasn't nothing, I wasn't worthy or whatever. But knowing dang well, I am. You know what I'm saying? Everything about me is bomb.
Right.
Like, I do everything right. So I can't sit there and say that now. Now I can say that, but you know, at the time years ago, I wasn't thinking nothing like that.
Right.
I was just thinking that, you know, like I was a piece of shit. You know, like everything was my fault. Like, you know, don't let that overpower you. You know what I'm saying? Just, you always have to admit to your mistakes. You always have to take accountability for what you do. And when you take that accountability, like, think about it, write it down, and say, man, F that. I'm going to take accountability, and I'm going to move on from it, because I'm not going to repeat it. That's really one that I just wanted to drill in people's head, that you're not people is not alone. It's happened to people. You know what I'm saying? It's real life, you know.
Exactly. It's real, y'all. Like, this is, and just because it happened to you one time, or, you know, some certain things happen, you know, and you allowed it to happen, does not mean that it won't happen again. So what you learning from your mistakes, learning from everything that you've been through, you can have like the tools and the weapons to kind of fight against it. You know what I mean? And that's just like, you can apply that to everyday life. You know what I mean? I used to take accountability to the fact that every day I used to hate waking up and going to work. You know what I mean?
But you got to be like, dang, I'm glad I woke up.
Like,
you know,
right.
God could have ended your life today.
Right. You know, it's like, that was the job that I chose. That was the career path that I chose at that time. That was the place that I was residing at the time. That was the car that I drove at the time. You know, everything that I done, it was by a choice. No one forced me to do those things. I could have said no, but I made the decision to say yes to those things. So it's really gonna get easier once you actually just really just talk to yourself and really
take accountability.
Take accountability for the things you've done.
I know we saying that word a lot, but it's like drill it in your head.
You have to drill it in your head. Like I am responsible for me. You know, and if you have
your
children,
self-care. You responsible for you. Don't let pain and suffering take over you. Take accountability for that pain and suffering and move on from it.
Move on from it. It's gonna get. I promise.
Because you can't move on if you don't admit and take accountability for it. You will never move on from whatever situation has happened. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean you deserved it. Doesn't mean that it was meant to happen to you. Just admit that it was done. You know, take accountability that it was done, or whatever the case may be, and, you know, move on from it. So I guess we're gonna kind of wrap up this video because
we do have some more stuff coming in store for you guys. So like we promise, we will stay on top of it. Just know that we
got lives, busy ones.
Yeah, we have lives. We have lives. And you know, but we also understand that certain people, they really need to hear this. They really want to hear this. So this is for y'all. This is for everybody that's staying positive. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch the video. You don't have to listen to us talk, you know, because we're going to ramble. We're going to like be like just going off at the mouth, like word vomit. But at the same time, hopefully someone takes something that we have from this and they can laugh, they can cry, they can be happy, you know, all of that, all of the above, because we're doing this strictly for y'all. And this is the only reason that we actually chose to do this. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell every time that you on here, so you can get a notification from us every time we post a new video. And
I'm going to go ahead and close out because I have nothing to say because he done said it all.
All right.
So we're going to peace out. We got a lot of things coming, a lot of things in store. 2020 about to be dangerous.
So we love y'all. Make sure y'all stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Everyday BM. We out. Bye. Give me a kiss.
Give me a kiss, babe. Mwah.